So it is picture day today, which means I need to go around and declutter and depersonalize the house and pretty much stage it. And I've noticed I've never taken you guys along while I do this. So I figured I would take you along. After they leave, I then also have some deep cleaning projects I need to get done. So I know ceiling fans and light fixtures, really important to do before showing and listing your house. I'm losing train of thought. Ceiling fan, light fixtures, windows, inside, outside, so important. Let in all that natural light. And you do that, make sure your baseboards are clean. Make sure your bathrooms are sparkling like no one's ever used them before. Bathrooms and kitchens especially need to be so clean. And then declutter. So I need to clean and organize my pantry, clean and organize the closets, every closet. What else? The fridge. Yes, people look in your refrigerator because when they're buying the house, they're buying that also. Run a self-cleaning system through your washing machine, dishwasher, clean your stove and microwave. Literally all those things. If it comes with the house, they're most likely going to look in it. And any closet, if they don't feel like there's enough room for your stuff, they're not going to feel like there's enough room for their stuff. But I will say when it comes to staging, I do it differently. I've seen people that like really declutter. I don't like to overly declutter. Now, I do declutter more than what we have, but the biggest thing is depersonalizing, but keeping it styled. Floor of the kitchen. As you see, I'm pretty minimal already. I have some cleaning to do, but I also need to declutter my decor just a little bit. Clean everything, make sure it's pretty. Just downsize my eggs. And just get this looking snatched.
Love is like a roller coaster, but I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I still care about us. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out.
I know every realtor out there is going to agree with this. And honestly, if you've sold a house before, you've probably heard this before. But having a clean house when selling your house is so important. It's one of those things that when you walk into a place and it's light and bright and clean, you don't question if they're taking care of the house. Where if you're seeing the mess and the dirt and then the neglected areas, you wonder those things about bigger ticket items, like how's the AC, how's the furnace, how's the roof. If they can't keep their bathrooms clean, can they take care of those other things? So if you want to save yourself a ton of headache and you often get better offers and quicker offers, just taking the time to clean, or honestly, investing in a cleaner to come in is so worth it. If you don't have the time to invest in someone coming out, I promise you makes a massive difference in the long run. But this is also the time to really declutter and depersonalize. One, with decluttering, if you start packing now, it's easier to actually maintain the home for those showings. And trust me, with 4 kids and animals and stuff, it's hard work maintaining the house enough that if you're called and told, hey, someone's going to come stop by in 2 hours, to have it show ready. So as much as you can get done and out of the way before listing your house will make the biggest difference in the world. So I always like to go through, do a thorough deep cleaning. Now, there has been projects that I've been doing while the house is on the market currently, but I tried to hit those high impact areas first. So like I was saying before, light fixtures and ceiling fans, windows, those are all things that make a massive difference when it comes to people coming and looking at your home. I've also heard people say that you should pretty much empty your house when it comes to decluttering. I personally don't agree with that, and in the homes that I have sold over the years have found that over decluttering can actually be just as bad as under decluttering. So like I said, I depersonalize. Those kids' photos aren't adding anything to the house when it comes to someone coming in, so I took those down and we'll be packing it away. But when it comes to like the photos in the front entry, those I'm leaving there. I don't have anything else to put on that wall, and I feel like it would just feel bare and empty. And I have found that a lot of people need to be able to envision themselves in your house, but also a lot of people have a hard time envisioning a space. So by having it slightly decorated and furniture in those rooms, you would be surprised how small a room feels when there is zero furniture in it. And I know that sounds silly. You would think, oh, you're taking everything out, it should make it feel bigger, but often by taking everything out, it actually makes the space feel smaller. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a place with my parents or Bobby and they're like, oh, I just don't know if our stuff would fit. And now I have a little bit different of an eye when it comes to decorating, so I can usually tell spatially what would fit. But when there's nothing in there, it's like, okay, will my king size bed fit in here, or will my furniture fit into this space? It makes a huge difference in the long run. It's funny just even thinking about this house, and we've added a bunch of built-ins and things like that, and you would think taking away the square footage for built-ins would make the space. All right, I'm sure you probably heard that in the background. Baby knocked her head, so she started crying. I had to stop real quick there. But taking that space for built-ins, you would assume make a space feel smaller, but it's insane how much bigger our main living area actually feels by adding those detailed pieces and having the furniture available.
Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, I know that it's difficult dealing with you.
Another area of cleaning you really want to focus on are your appliances. Obviously, if you're short on time, just making sure the exterior of them is really wiped down helps. But if you have the time to get in them and declutter your fridge, get rid of anything that's expired, any leftovers you're not eating, tidy it up. People do look in them. I know I do. I'm definitely, if appliances are staying with the house, I am looking at them. I am making sure they are in good shape. I am nosy like that. So make sure inside, outside are clean. Actually, before every single showing, even if I have a small load of dishes in the dishwasher, I will run that dishwasher because I want to make sure that if someone opens it up, it smells clean and not like last night's spaghetti. So think of all those things. Clean out your oven, at least do a good self-cleaning and vacuuming of it. And even your microwave. I know microwave sounds crazy, but often people will go through those things. I even made sure to use my cleaning tablets in our washing machine, and I did a double wash on it. I wanted to make sure it was good and clean, especially in my house. The amount of dog hair that gets stuck into the seal of our washing machine is insane. And for me, it's like, okay, that's just like life with dogs. There's fur on everything, our clothes, our bedding, our rugs, like that is just life. But doing that makes a massive difference.
But I want you to know that you're
Moving into this front entry area. There's not much I need to do here, but I am going to downsize and declutter it slightly. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is on this wall, I do have family photos. I do not have a good thing to place there, and that is really kind of artwork. So I will leave those, but like this photo, if there's nothing there, it's not going to take away from the space. So that family photo is going to come down. These are gonna stay up, and I'm just going to simplify this entry slightly.
Even in the hard times, I care about you. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget.
Now, when it comes to decor, you guys know I like using pretty decor, but I also like using things that are sentimental specifically to our family. So on this entry table, I just took off anything that looks like it could be clutter. Empty space is not a bad thing, but especially over here in the family room, I've got a lot of decor pieces that mean a lot to our family. So it's military memorabilia and stuff like that. So I'm not taking it all down because I don't have decor to replace it all with, but I am going to minimize it and make it more just pretty and more open, not so full of stuff. If you have a shelf that is like packed full of knickknacks, you want to really open up that space. Leave a couple things, leave it staged, pretty, but think of like a high-end model home that you would go to. They're not completely empty when you go to the high-end model homes. They are decorated, they are beautiful, but they are minimal. There's open space. There's room for your eyes to gently move across surfaces and see what's pretty, but not feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. Also, baskets when selling your house. You guys know I love baskets already because I love having things organized, but I also love being able to just chuck stuff in there and it look good. This is no different. The kids are going to play with their toys. The dogs are going to play with their things. So knowing that before a showing, I can literally throw everything in this basket. It'll look pretty. It'll look cleaned up, but it's minimal effort. I feel like is an absolute must. Even when it comes to your furniture and it's like, well, I'm not selling my furniture. Just give it a nice little cleaning. Give it a nice little wipe down. One, if you have animals, it helps with any animal smell. Oh, also, little trick I learned years ago but makes a huge difference is before you leave your house, put a couple drops of essential oils on your filter in your furnace and AC, and it will make your whole house smell good without having all those plugins and stuff that most buyers don't want to see. Also, don't mind little Miss Athena in the background. She is wanting to be on mommy at all times right now. So you might hear her a lot in the upcoming videos. She has definitely hit a phase of wanting mommy at all times.
I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, love you a little bit more. Love you a little bit more. Love you a little bit more. Love you.
When it comes to our TVs in the main living areas, and I actually touch on this more later. Actually, at the end of today's video, I am showing you guys a walkthrough of how we leave the house for open houses. I had a bunch of people asking for that, so I put that in here. But also the before and after listing photos of when we bought the house versus now selling the house 3 years later. But on the TVs, I do like to put on just a YouTube screensaver with some sort of calming music in the background, like piano or slow jazz or something like that. Keep it really low on the volume. I'm talking like 4 or 5. That way it's there, but it's not like obnoxious. And I personally always really like doing that. I do it on our main family room TV and then in our master bedroom. That way the house isn't just like completely silent when people come through. But like I said, I'll touch on that more later. When it came to this dining area, I wasn't doing too much. I figured the Elvises I should take down. And I ended up taking that bowl that was on the front entry and just putting it up here because it looked a little too empty, and taking down my YouTube plaque, just like I said, depersonalizing, decluttering, making sure that there is empty open spaces so that people's eyes can evenly flow through the space, and then making sure everything is getting a really good cleaning.
For the first time in ages, I wake up and don't hate it. I guess I found some peace. Through the day to the evening, without shouting and screaming, something new to me. Alone without being lonely, getting back to the old me. It's kinda nice to feel free. I thought this was
I was just kind of using this dining room as a place that I was setting stuff just to set it for now. I am so ready to be done with the breast pump. It is almost done. I haven't pumped actually in a couple of days now, but I'm afraid to get rid of it too soon and then end up needing it. So I'm still holding on to it, but I ended up putting that in our closet so it's out of the way. And then everything else I put into this black bin just so that we can store it away for now. I love these black bins. They work great for storing stuff. Now, it's not going to be the best when moving because those pictures are big enough that I couldn't close the top. But for on this day when I was just trying to get the house ready for photos, which I will say by the end of this, I was exhausted. I was hoping to get all of this done on film for you guys, and I got most of it. But I will say, in the beginning, I was like chit-chatting with the camera and things like that. And by the end, I'm just like watching the clock. Let's go. Like, people don't talk about how stressful it is to sell and buy a new home. That is why Bobby and I have said if we find the perfect property and we still love the one we have our eyes on, we want that to be our forever home because this is something that is extremely stressful. I noticed this ceiling fan, though, was super dusty. I don't know about you, but we keep our ceiling fans on like all the time, 24/7, every day of the year. We like that movement of air in the house. So often I don't even realize how dirty the ceiling fans are until we finally turn them off. And then I am just absolutely disgusted with myself. So here is your reminder to turn your ceiling fans off and check them, because there is a good chance, if you are anything like me, that they have dust just hanging off of them and you don't even see it because they are constantly on. Like I said, we do that. We will leave ours just on and running, so we never even realize how much it builds up until somebody turns the lights off and the ceiling fans off.
thought I could control it, but if I speak the truth, I ain't over you. I was feeling sober until you came up now. I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do.
So I know a lot of you will have the question, so I will answer it now, is have we gotten an offer on our house yet? We have not. The house has been on the market now for 1 week, so it has not been on the market that long. I will say, and I told Bobby this, I'm like, we are a little skewed and spoiled because last time we sold a house, like, one, it was the perfect time of year, and two, the housing market was just weird. So selling in one weekend with like 10 offers, that is not normal. So yeah, slowing our roll a little bit. However, we have talked that if for some reason we don't sell within like a month, we probably will wait till the springtime, because I don't want to be moving the kids mid-school year. And that's when I say good or bad time of year. Like for us, this is not the preferred time of year. It's just everything's kind of falling into place right now. But we have no problem waiting. Bobby and I always said, like, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. Yes, this is stressful and we want it to happen. But in the end, what's going to happen will happen, and we're not going to stress out about it. We love this home. We have put so much time and energy into it that if we have to be here another 6 months to a year, we have no problem with that at all. And we will just keep loving and enjoying this home like we have. I will always treat a home like it's our forever home. So even if we go to list it in 6 months, we're still going to do updates. We're still going to decorate. We're still going to do all the things and treat this home like we plan on being here till we're in our 80s. Now, this dog room, I really wanted to get in here and get it really clean and just help with any odors. This room doesn't like smell bad, but it is a room that Bailey hangs out in a lot. And if you have dogs, you understand that. And we often go nose blind to our own home. So I've told you guys about KOE before. It's Kennel Odor Eliminator, KOE for short. I love that stuff. I use it in the washing machine if I'm washing anything to do with the animals. I also use it in carpet shampooer or mopping the floors, things like that. Anytime I really want to eliminate the dog odor, that stuff works amazing. But the other way I like to use them is actually in my mister bottle. I have a bottle and it's specifically labeled KOE, and I will go around and spray any of the fabrics in the house with that. Usually I try to do that like 4 to 5 hours before people show up, just because I don't want people to come in and be like, oh, they just sprayed a bunch of room freshener before they left the house. I don't want that, but just something that actually eliminates the odor. So I sprayed this couch down really, really well, and I actually plan on completely taking it apart and washing it coming up here very soon, but that is a whole day process. There's a couple deep cleaning projects I want to get done, and I will take you guys along with me when I do those, that are like big, get it all done type processes, and I do want to get those done in the near future. Laundry room's not too bad before pictures. This area definitely needs a quick tidy.
Give it time, things will settle. Just a face till it's better, yeah. Heard it all before. Even though we were toxic, feels the most when you've lost it. That's just how it goes. By myself feeling lonely, can't get back to the old me. I'm stuck in waiting.
So another area to keep in mind, and I did not film this, but I did want to mention it to you guys because I actually thought about this before one of our showings, and I was like, oh, I have to get in here and get this done, is go into your utility closet, and Swiffer dusters work the best, but dust on your utility closet. People want to see your hot water heater. People want to see your AC and furnace and everything. So get in there, give it a good dusting, take a wet wipe and wipe it all down just so it looks really good and in the clear. When it comes to our mail, I did make sure to just tidy this up. Obviously, we are still living here, so I have an organization set up that I wanted to keep it, so I put all of it backwards. That way people weren't just like looking straight up at our mail, but just giving it a much more tidy look. The next big area to pay attention to. So bathrooms are huge, kitchen, huge, but then the master bedroom. Your kitchens, your bathrooms, and your master bedrooms are going to be the areas that people really, really focus on. So if the kids' rooms are a little messy, it's not the end of the world, especially if you are selling a house like ours. It's a 4-bedroom house, so the likelihood of someone buying our house and them having kids is very likely, so they're used to it. But they want to know that where they come at the end of the day to relax and unwind is a cozy, comfortable place to live. So even if you are someone that does not like making your bed every day and making it look pretty, This might be the time to invest in a pretty throw blanket to throw at the end of your bed, maybe a little basket that you can put a candle and a small plant in, and just show your bedroom a little extra love. It doesn't have to be that much. You can see I'm not using a basket, but I do like using throw pillows and blankets and things like that. But just go around and really make it feel like an oasis for whoever's coming in. And then once again, just depersonalize. So we took down some of the family photos and things like that in here and just kept the nightstands very minimal in the end.
I thought this was over, thought I could control it. But if I speak the truth, I ain't over you. I was feeling sober until you came up now. I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do, I ain't over you. I ain't over.
I also will say, as someone that's not a huge fan of like Swiffer wet pads, I love Swiffer dusters, you guys know that, but the Swiffer wet pads, I'm not a huge fan of. This is a time though that I highly recommend any of those convenient mopping things, a Swiffer wet pad or one of those like spray mop things. Highly recommend it, because if you can mop your house just even a quick Swiffer wet pad before you leave for any showings or open houses, that is massive. People are going to look at your floors. It's another area that is a big ticket item. So making sure your floors are in good shape and clean will help in the long run. So if you have to spend $20 on a Swiffer wet mop, I do recommend that. I have been using our wet dry vacuum. It works perfectly because that way I can just vacuum and mop my way out of the house. I've actually had Bobby and the kids leaving about 30 minutes before I leave for showings. That way I can do like one last walk around, one last tidy up and clean. Also, this is a good time to make sure that all your towels are clean. If they're really, really dingy, either don't put them out at all or get yourself some new fresh white towels. Just any of those little things. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but making these little switches can make a huge difference for potential buyers. Also, getting rid of your electric toothbrush, your water flosser. You can see me doing that here. Just putting it away for at least showings. That way your bathroom just has the minimum. I was trying to decide if I wanted to keep that tray or not. I did not like the way this looked just on the counter, so I did keep the tray. But yeah, I got rid of our electric toothbrushes. I didn't get rid of them. They're under the sink. They're still very convenient for us to grab. And then as much out of the shower as possible. I say as possible because if my stuff is wet, I'm not about to be moving it around. But if it was dry, I just put it in the linen closet next to the shower. That way there wasn't as much in there. Give you guys a quick walkthrough of how we leave the house for a showing. We actually have an open house today, so you can see all the lights are on. Make the space big, bright, beautiful. I like to find framed TV art on YouTube with just a subtle background noise, and I turn it down. But that way the house isn't dead silent, but nothing obnoxious. This is just some soothing piano music, and that is it. You can see everything's cleaned up. Everything got a quick wipe down. Mopped the floors real quick. Also have the diffusers on. People have asked about Bailey. Bailey does stay because he's old enough. Getting in and out of the car he's not too good at, so we like to keep him in there. We're actually going over to my parents' house for Sunday dinner, so don't mind the stuff on the counter. That's coming with me. The kids and Bobby have already left, but all the rooms, windows are open, lights are on. Athena's room's a little bit messier than the other ones, but for the most part, we keep it fairly clean. Even the laundry room lights are on. That way, no one's fumbling trying to find light switches or anything like that. Come into our room. Actually, I forgot to turn on these lights. So, there we go. Nice and clean. Fireplaces are on so they can see that those work. In our master bedroom, I turn the TV on. I only do it in our room and the main living area. I don't do it in the kids' rooms or anything. When it comes to the bathroom, I try to get rid of as much personal stuff as possible. So my water flosser, my toothbrush, any of that stuff is gone, and it's just decor stuff. Minimize what's in our shower. So there is still some stuff out, but nothing too crazy actually. I should take out this and this. This all depends on how recently we took a shower, because if it's all wet, I don't like to take it out of the shower dripping wet, but last shower was last night. So we're gonna take out any of the personal stuff and just leave that and keep it show ready. All right, much better. This is a good little walk around for me also to make sure everything's good. The boys and the girls are with Bobby. That way I can just finishing touches without anyone making a mess. So just kind of walking around, making sure everything's good, everything's clean. Freya's room, all cleaned up. Lights are on. Like I said, their TVs have nothing on it. Their bathroom, got a good quick wipe down in there. And then the boys' room. Obviously with kids, the house isn't going to be perfect, but if we can keep it as nice as possible, hopefully can get a quick sale then. But time for me to pack up my stuff and head to Mom and Dad's house. All right, now for what I think is the most exciting part. These are all the before and after listing photos. So what this house looked like 3 years ago when we bought it, seeing it only online first, compared to what the listing photos look like today after cleaning, staging, plus just the countless updates we've done on this home over the past 3 years. Hopefully you guys enjoy this part. Like I said, I love this. It's crazy to see each room and the massive transformation. And honestly, looking back at these photos, things that I just forgot about, like who forgot how bad that blue carpet was? Like all the things have changed so much in the past couple of years. But if you made it this far, drop me this emoji down below. If you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. And don't forget to like, comment, share. Those are all things that really, really help out my channel. But otherwise, I will see you in my next video, which is going to be a Helping Hand series video on Tuesday. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Car, but we hit the road. Doesn't matter where we go and destination or no. I don't care where the motor stops. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it. Oh, I want it. Let's go. Look around, where's the people at? I want a taste of the good life. Hit me with it right now, in it. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it. Oh, I want it. Let's go. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the back home. It's Cincinnati, baby. I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, falls apart, but we're in the get-go. Next place, give me some more. I could dance with you beneath the stars, 'cause when I want it, then I want it, yeah, I want you. Everything stops when you move like that, and I wanna get in close to you. It's what I'm gonna do, 'cause right now I'm in it. I feel kinda dizzy when I'm staring at you, and I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Yeah. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby. Yeah. I said, Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby. Everything stops when you move like that, yeah. Everything stops when you move like that, yeah. Everything stops when